Hey Stats, we've got Chapter 8.5 Notes Part 2. We're still talking about inferences of two means with dependent and small samples, except now today we are going to talk about your confidence intervals. So your confidence interval for small independent samples and equal variances, remember from the last section, or last part, is this inequality where the margin of error is computed by taking your t-score and multiplying it by the square root of s sub t squared divided by n plus 1 and adding that to s sub p squared divided by n plus 2. Alright, so remember how to find your s sub p squared. You find that when you find your test stat. And there you have it. So we're going to do a quick example today. Again, we're going to deal with the information about your filtered and unfiltered cigarettes is summarized in this table. We're going to use this to construct a 95% confidence interval estimate for mean sub 1 minus mean sub 2. So first thing that you want to do is find the difference of your sample means. So x sub 1 minus x sub 2 is going to be 0.94 minus 1.65. So that difference is negative 0.71. You next have to find your margin of error. So from the last slide, remember your margin of error is this nice formula. If I plug in all of our numbers, okay, and I look at our t-chart with your degree of freedom of 21 plus 8 minus 2. Remember, we have a new degree of freedom. We should find a value of 2.052 because it is a two-tailed test at the 95-degree confidence interval, so at the 0.05 if you're looking in your chart. Alright, also remember from last time we had already computed your s sub p squared and found that to be 0.078. This time I'm dividing it by 21 and 8 respectively. So once I do all of those computations, I should get a value or a margin of error of 0.238. And remember, since we're dealing with t-scores, I'm rounding to 3 decimal places. So now what we have to do is we've got to take that margin of error and carry it over to find our confidence interval. So remember that my difference of the means is negative 0.71 and my margin of error is 0.238. So you're going to take your big long confidence interval and you're going to replace your x sub 1 minus x sub 2 with a negative 0.71 and our capital E with a 2.38. So that's how it should look. Negative 0.71 minus 0.238 on the left, and then on the right you should have negative 0.71 and you're adding 0.238. So once you find your numbers, you should have negative 0.95 is less than the population mean difference is less than negative 0.74. So this is basically your acceptable range for your values to be in. And that's your confidence interval with small independent test samples. That's what we'll be dealing with Monday and Tuesday next week, or just the next 2 days that we're in class. So jot this down and I will see you then.